Thank you. Okay, let's go. All right, look, on the count of three, I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, and I want everybody in here to say, okay, let's go. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go. Let's go. All right, look, we used to say that when I played basketball in Europe. We had a game once a week, and at the end of the week, we'd get together and we'll say, okay, let's go. Because we practice twice a day. We'll practice, each practice is 2 hours. We'll have lunch together. We'll eat dinner together. We'll hang out with each other at each other's apartment or houses. We know each other's strengths and weaknesses. We know each other's families. And all of that building up to that game, we'll come in the huddle and we'll say, okay, we sacrificed, we worked hard. Let's go and put it out there together and win this game. Okay, let's go. All right, so we're gonna say it one more time, and then I'm gonna get started on my speech about responsibility. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go. My name is Desmond Penninger. I'm a professional basketball player and founder of 50/50 Sports. I played basketball since I was 7 years old. At every level, there's to play basketball. Elementary, middle school, high school, the rec leagues, played junior college, Division I, the D League, minor leagues of the NBA, in the NBA, in Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. I've been all over the globe. I'm working on my 3rd passport right now, right? So I'm here to talk to you guys about responsibility. And I was just looking up responsibility on my phone, like the definition of responsibility. And it's like, to be responsible. And then I looked up accountability. It's like, to be accountable. So I'm really good at just making things up. So I made up my own definition of responsibility. My definition of responsibility is doing something that's gonna allow you to become successful. Also, doing something that's gonna help somebody else become successful. There's a kicker to it. The kicker is this: you gotta follow through. So just doing something that's gonna allow you to become successful doesn't mean anything if you don't follow through. Helping somebody out, hey, I'm gonna help you out, I got you. And then you don't follow through, it doesn't mean anything. When I was 10 years old, I had an experience with responsibility that kind of shaped the way that I looked at things in a totally different way. When I was 10 years old, we used to drive from California to Louisiana, Louisiana back to California. That's a 2.5 day trip, just one way. Driving through Texas alone is like 1 day. And while you're driving through Texas, like, there's the mile markers for the next big city. And I remember, I think it was San Antonio, and it's like 1,000 miles to San Antonio. That's a long time in the car. So you'll go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, wake up. We didn't have a CD player. We didn't have a DVD player, a laptop. We had a cassette player. Yeah, I know. We'll put that cassette in and just let it play. Listen to the same songs over and over and over. But going to San Antonio, you go through small cities. I remember we stopped one time, and then for a bathroom break, and we got back in the car. We're driving down to our destination, and we were about 15 miles into our drive after the bathroom break. And we see something in the horizon, in the distance. And we didn't know what it was. It looked like a mirage, and we're driving closer to it. And then we could kind of figure out what it is as we're driving closer and closer to it. And then we get a little bit closer, and then somebody say, oh, that's a guy on a bike. He's riding a bike. Mind you, there's nothing. There's no buildings, there's no houses, there's nothing around. It's just a guy riding a bike on Interstate 10. He has 2 water bottles on the frame of the bike, 2 water bottles on the handlebars, and he's moving. And so while we're driving past him, we slow down to swerve around. And while we slow down and swerve around, look, I got 2 sisters and a brother. And we slow down and swerve around. And we roll down the windows and we cheer the guy on. Hey, good job, keep going. Hey, you're almost there, keep pushing, keep pushing. And his facial expression is stoic. He's not making any facial expression. He's just pumping along, just going along. And as we pass him by, I say to my sister, did you see his face? She's like, yeah, that's a crazy man's face. Nobody would be riding a bike way out here in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, nah, but like he didn't have any facial expression at all. Like he wasn't struggling. And then my brother said, yeah, it's like a movie. Like nobody just ride a bike out here in the middle of nowhere. Being in that car for that long, and I really analyzed a lot of things, I just started thinking about that. Yeah, it is like a movie. Because he wanted to be there. He wanted to be out there. He was equipped with 2 water bottles on the frame of the bike, 2 water bottles on the handlebars. He wanted to be there. This is like a movie because he's responsible for everything that happens to him while he's riding that bike. There's a flat tire. He got to change that flat tire. He can't push himself too fast because he's riding. There's another 30 miles to go to the next city. So from that point on, I looked at my life like it's a movie. And your life, the principles, everybody's lives in here is a movie. And in this movie, you are the executive director, you're the producer, you're the main writer, you're the starring actor, you're the casting director. You pick and choose who's in your movie. It's your responsibility to pick and choose who's in your movie, right? So while you living your life, living your movie, you decide that you want a little action in your movie. You know somebody that's full of action, that's adventurous. You hang out with them. But what you really did is hire them to direct a part in your movie. You want a little drama? Everybody knows somebody that's full of drama. You hang out with somebody that's full of drama. What you did is just hire somebody to direct a drama scene in your movie. If you feel like you're at the point where you need some romance in your movie, you hire somebody to add that romance in your movie. But along the road of while you're building this movie up, you realize that your life is not controlled by you anymore. You don't have that responsibility anymore. The action guy, he's taking over. The drama person is taking over. The romantic person is taking over. And you're just going the route that they decide that you should go. But it's your movie. You have the responsibility to hire these people. You also have the responsibility to fire these people. So you go up to the action guy and be like, hey, look, there's too much action in my movie. I'm going to kick back a little bit. You're fired, right? Drama person, hey, there's too much drama. The suspense is really killing me. No more drama. It's your responsibility to do that. The romance person, hey, look, I wasn't ready for this. There's too much romance, all right? You got to go, okay? Because it's your responsibility to direct your movie. Because in this movie, you're the hero. And do you all know the hero narrative in all movies? They all start from a humble beginning. They have this thing, this obstacle that's facing them from a goal they want to accomplish. This is your movie. You're the hero of your movie. And you got to go through these obstacles and you got to find a way around them or go through them so that you could be the hero at the end of your movie. Because you're the superstar and it's your job to make this movie a box office #1 hit. Because my movie is, I made sure that my movie is a box office #1 hit. And I have a lot of confidence because this is my movie. And it's your movie too. So to make sure that that movie is going down the right path, you got to be responsible to yourself. You got to be responsible to other people, and you got to follow through. Does that make any sense? Yes. You guys got really quiet. Yeah? Okay. I have one more thing I want to do. Last speaking engagement I had, I said this speech, this poem by Rudyard Kipling, If. You guys know it? If you know it, raise your hand. Yeah, it's a really good one. I think it really signifies being responsible. Well, I was saying this speech last time and I fumbled and mumbled my way through it. And I said, next time I'm in front of people, I'm going to do this speech because I'm just competitive with myself. And I want to make sure that it drives me being competitive and trying to be better than I was the day before. So do you guys mind if I attempt to do this speech? No? Okay. And now I'm nervous. Everybody's quiet. You got to shake it out. Okay. If you can keep your head when all about you is losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait without being tired of waiting, or lie about, don't give way to lies, or being hated, don't make way to hate. And yet, don't dress too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can face triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you could bear to hear the words you spoken twisted by knives to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose, start again from your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart, nerve, and sinew to serve your turn long after they're gone. I love the baby. If you can force your heart, nerve, and sinew to serve your turn long after they're gone, and hold on when there's nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk to crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. If neither foes or loving friends can't hurt you, if all men can count on you, but none too much. If you can feel the unforgivable minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Okay, let's go. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's my time. That's all I had. Is that okay? All right. I mean, I could talk. I could just start rambling. But I think that's it. Just be responsible. Seriously, this is your movie. If you look at it like that this is your movie, you are the director, you are the producer, and you're in charge of who's in your movie. And you're in charge of who leaves your movie. There's role players in your movie. There's some people that play a small role in your movie, but they want a lot of credit. And there's people that play a big role in your movie, and you fail to recognize them. It's your job to make sure that you don't have any shady characters in your movie. Because we all know right from wrong, you know? So just make sure that you choose right over wrong, or maybe the unknown. Okay? I'm Desmond Penninger. Thank you. Yeah.